So let's start the remaining topic, screen layout. So this is very important to understand the layout of the screen, because in your screen you have different sections, right? And what is the importance of different sections? First of all, first of all, this represents the active operating area and the operating mode. This one represents what is the active operating area and its operating mode. For example, now this is in machine operating mode, program operating mode. So now this is in M. M means machine operating mode, and it is in auto mode. There are different modes such as job mode, auto mode, MDA mode. Job means manual mode. Auto means automatic program execution. MDA means semi-automatic mode. That means you can input some data and you can execute it. For example, to check one line or to change the tool or check the spindle speed, you can use MDA, manual data input. Manual data input. So now you can see the current operating area is machine operating area and job mode. So if you click, then you have program operating area. Then this is program manager. Then you have this is parameter. So this is parameter. Then click here alarm. This is diagnosis. Okay, now this is in job mode, right? Okay, so go to click. Okay, then you can choose say auto mode. Now this is in auto mode. Plus this to now it is in machine operating area. So the machine operating area, and it is in auto mode in the screen right now. Then this number 2, okay, this number 2 represents alarm and notification lines. That means here you can see alarms, warnings, notifications, etc. So near to the active operating area, you can see the alarms, warnings, notifications. For example, emergency stop active, door open, reference point not reached, program completed, etc. Then coming to number 3, this below that, this 3 is what is called a program name. 3 is what is called a program name. Now you can see NC workpiece facing demo 2, facing demo 2. So this represents the program. This represents the program name. Right now that program is opened. If you click this cycle start, this program will execute. Okay, if you click cycle start, then this program will execute. Then coming to number 4, channel state and program influence. Number 4. This is what is called a channel state and a program influence. So this shows program is in which level. Okay. Now it is showing that it is reset level, ready, running, stop, reset. In program influence, such as dry run, single block, speed hold, optional stop, etc. So now in the screen, it is showing that the current state. The current state of the program is reset. Current state of the program is under reset. Then number 5. So near to the channel state, this one represents the channel operation message. It shows what is the current activity of the machine. For example, program running, waiting for cycle start, tool change, feed hold, etc. When coming to number 6, this means, okay, so this is the area where our focus will be here. Okay, this is what is called a position display of the axis in the current values window. That means this represents the present position of the axis. For example, mx, my, mz. Okay, go to machine. So this represents the present position of the axis. For example, x equal to 148 or 125, y is equal to 101, z is equal to 87.528. So by seeing this, the operator will be able to understand the position of the operator. Then next is number 7. This number 7 is showing TFS. TFS means tool, feed, and a spindle display. Okay. This one shows the active tool. Okay. So now the active tool is facing tool. And then F means what is the feed rate. F represents what is the feed rate. And then S represents the spindle speed, spindle RPM. So this represents the tool, feed, and the spindle speed. Okay, so this represents the tool, feed, and the speed, right? And another one is the percentage. This is called a spindle utilization percentage. That means, say for example, 65%. Suddenly, how much will be the spindle utilization? How much percentage of the load spindle is working? That is what is called a spindle utilization percentage. Then next is what is called a number 8, this one. This is what is called a work window with program display. Here we can see the program. Okay, so we have prepared a program, so the program will be displayed here. Work window with program display, number 8. Then number 9 is showing the active G functions, such as, say, for example, G90, G54, G17, G21, G94. So by checking this, we can understand the mode of the controller. By checking this, we can understand the mode of the controller. Then coming to the number 10 here. Here this is what is called the dialog lines. Here whatever instruction required, it will shown here in the dialog line number 10 for additional user instructions, say plus cycle start, insert tool, confirm tool change, enter offset value, etc. Then number 11. So number 11 represents the horizontal and vertical soft keys. So based on the screen, this function will change. For example, jog, reference 0, program screen, new, edit, save, delete. So this is the overall picture of the screen layout. So next is PC keyboard. So in order to use some shortcut functions, you should use Control plus Alt. Control Alt. For example, Control C copy, Control V paste, Control Z undo, etc. Next is some PC button and its functions. CNC control system buttons, delete. So for example, if you want to delete an input, we can use this delete input. Then enter function, then another one is enter or input. It will save the input. Then we have different arrow keys. Okay, this is in PC, this is in the machine. So this will be same equal to the cursor up, down, right, left. This represents uppercase, it represents upper or lowercase. Then space, which is equivalent to select. This undo represents single block, SBF. 0 represents the reset key. STRG division, that represents dry run. STRG X represents optional stop. Then division sign skip. Then STRG function help. All context sensitive run. Then we have machine functions called Alt. So Alt plus I. This is PC. This is on the machine. So in the PC, if you press Alt plus I to swivel the divider, that means to rotate the divider. And Alt plus O, that is coolant pump start or stop. And Alt P to door open or close. Alt P. Alt P is to open or close. Then Alt H, clamp device close. Then Alt J, clamp device open. Alt K, swivel tool holder. Alt X, feed stop. Alt C, feed start. Alt V, spindle stop. Alt B, spindle start. Alt N, auxiliary drives on. Alt M, auxiliary drives off. Enter, which is equivalent to NC start. comma, MC stop, and number 5 represents the approach reference point. TRG minus STRG plus for spindle correction. Minus plus 4 override. That means feed rate override. So we will start from the machine control panel, dry run or test run feed. Dry run means we will not cut the workpiece to check the CNC program. Check the CNC program without cutting. This is what is called a dry run. When you press dry run, here you have the dry run option, right? So here you have the dry run option. So in dry run mode, program will run and also access will move. So in dry run mode, program will run and also axis will move, but spindle will not work. Workpiece cutting, no. This is what is called a dry run mode. Suppose you have written a new program. Okay. So if you directly cut this program, sometimes tool crash will happen. Sometimes your path will be wrong, right? So it will create some damage. So if you use this dry run, so that you can check the tool path. So when you operate this dry run without a workpiece, do not use a workpiece. When you test the program, do not use a workpiece to avoid the danger of collisions. If the program is wrong, then collision will happen. So you can run the program without workpiece. Without workpiece. Okay. So this dry run you should use when you are going to use a new CNC program, or if you are going to verify the tool path, or if you are going to check the CAM program, or during the training, or after the maintenance testing the machine. That time you can use the dry run, but make sure that there will be no workpiece. Then first is X, it is X, then Y, then Z, and it is first row. Then Z minus down, right? Then it is plus. This is what is called a dry run mode or a cluster run field. So it is very important that do not use a workpiece. When you run this dry run, make sure that there will be no workpiece. Otherwise, collision will happen. Okay. So do not clamp any workpiece. Otherwise, collision will happen. So this is very important. So what happened in dry run? In dry run, program will run. In dry run, program will run. Okay. So in dry run, program will run. Then axis will move. Okay. But spindle not working. Spindle not rotating. And also no cutting. No cutting. So this is to check whether the program, this is to check whether the program is correct or not safely without workpiece. So during the dry run, we already gave a field inside the program. So during this dry run, it will not use the dry run field. It will use the uh, dry run field. So for example, if you mention field 500 in the program, it will not use this 500 field, but it will use the dry run field. So remove the workpiece. So remove the workpiece and this is our program, right? Now I'm going to check. So now this is dry run. Okay, first second step. Okay. Now you can see spindle is not rotated, right? This is your control. So this is the next spindle there is no rotating. Right? So dry run. So go to simulate. This point the dry run. So now it is showing that and now it is dry run. Okay, that means test. So what is okay start? Spindle will not rotate. So it will make x so y sorry x y. So now it is correct. Make sure that our whole part is correct. So make sure that our whole part is correct. So next is called a skip or block mask. Okay, skip or block mask. So skip or block mask. Suppose you have say three lines, three blocks. Okay, so when the machine will execute, no need to execute this line, say second line. For that, we can skip that block. That is what is called a skip or block mask. So suppose you have a program and say M30, M08. So no need to execute this line. Just give a backslash like this. That means if the machine will execute, if the machine will execute this, if the machine will execute this line, it will skip if the skip mode is on. If the skip mode is on, it will not execute. Okay, we will check. If the skip mode is on, it will accept it. Once again, it is not on. And we will line straight. Then let's convert. One, because the skip mode is on, now doing the backslash. It's very important. You prepare a program. For example, in a program, now it will execute one particular block. So these two options are very important. So once again, skip mode. So this one, you should use this backslash. If this mode is on, then it will not execute this particular line. Then to test the program without cutting, you can use the dry run mode. So make sure that there will be no workpiece during the dry run mode. You should follow the proper step. First of all, prepare the program, and then using the dry run mode, make sure that your program is correct. Make sure that your toolpath is correct. If needed, you can use skip mode to do not execute some particular blocks. And then after that, turn off the dry run, clamp the workpiece, and start the actual machine. This is the safest and professional CNC machining method. Okay, so we will see some more options. Next is called a single block mode, SBL. SBL mode or single block mode. So as I already mentioned, in a CNC program, we have n number of lines. So single block, if you activate the single block mode, it will execute one block at a time, only one block at a time. So this is to check your program. This is to inspect your program and debug your program. This is the safest method. So using single block mode, check your program is correct or not. So for example, you have a program. So if you press auto mode, and if you press NC start, it will automatically execute the full program. But if you turn on the single block mode, and in the screen you can see SBL mode, then after that press the NC start. Then the controller will execute first line only. Then it will stop. Then again you have to press NC start. It will execute the second line. And again press the NC start. It will execute the third line. So like that, this will execute one line at a time. This is what is called a single block mode. This is to test a new program. This is to avoid tool crash during training, like this debugging. And if you press the reset button, running program will stop, and also access movement will stop. It will clear all the alarms. Controller will go to the ready state. Okay, this is the use of reset key. If there is an error, okay, you can press the reset button, or if there is any wrong movement, or if you want to start a new program, you can use the reset button. So press the reset button. No worries. So to execute the program, one line at a time. You can use single block mode. You can uh, if some error or some wrong movement or starting any program before that, you can use the reset button. Then you have NC stop. Hello. Huh? Now? 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 Okay. So next is NC stop. So if you press NC stop, it will stop the running program. For example, if you press this NC stop, I will show you. So if you press this NC stop, then machine will stop. And if you press NC start from the same location, it will start. So we will see one example. Right now I'm going to execute one program. So go to automatic mode. It's clear, right? Cycle start and cycle stop. If you press this NC start, then the selected program will start. Once the finished the NC stop, it will continue the program. So if you selected single block mode, then it will execute the next block. Suppose you have 3 lines, okay, and you are using single block mode, right? Okay, first line executed, then you press NC stop. Okay, so first line is completed, then you press NC stop. Okay, then if you press NC start, it will execute to the next line. Okay, like that. So then you have another option called optional stop. This is what is called a M01 optional stop. So if you have optional stop in your program, then machine will stop there. Okay. For example, you have a program having say N30, block number N30, and it is M01. Okay, and optional stop on, then N10 execute, N20 execute. If it will execute M20, sorry, M30, then M01 will stop. If you press operator will press NC start, it will start the program. So we will see this one. We will see this use of this optional step. Okay, let's see this optional step. Yeah. So right now I'm going to because we have activated optional stop and zero on the program. If you press cycle start, okay, this is what is called. This is what is called. It's called the use of M0 optional stop. So once again, okay, when you press cycle start, the program started, right? So the program started, right? Right. So the program started. If I give it again. So next line, stop. Because we have activated optional stop at zero in the program. So none of that, right? So this something similar to cycle stop. Okay. If you press cycle stop, it will continue. You must continue. So so remember, single block mode, NC stop, NC start, then a reset button, and optional stop. So where we will use this option? What is the use of this optional stop? For example, if you need to check, if you need to measure something, if you need to check the coolant or inspecting something, check the tool. Okay, in that case, so say for example, after some line completed, then here say we should give M0. Then it will stop here. So the operator can check everything. After that, again, then M01. After that, like that, it will continue. Next is the what is called the individual piece mode. Okay, individual piece mode means the machine will machine only one workpiece. One workpiece. But in industries they will be using production mode, right? So in production mode, it is having automatic loading system. Automatic loading system, right? So after completing the workpiece, it will load another one, next one, like that. So here, that is what is called the individual piece mode. So one X represents what? One X represents an individual piece. One X means only one piece at a time. We will be using one piece. So now it is stopped, right? Now this is stopped, right? Now this is stopped, right? Because of M01. So if I press cycle start again, it will continue, but it will skip that line. Stop. Why? Because skip is activated, right? Then we have arrow keys. Right? So x plus x minus, y plus y minus, z plus z minus. This is to move the axis in jog mode. This is to move the axis in jog mode. Okay, so let me check the arrow keys. Okay, so go to jog mode. Um, so in jog mode, you can z axis, z minus. Okay, if you want the rapid movement, use this rapid button also. Okay. And y minus y, then plus x minus x. And the use of arrow keys. Then we have a reference point. Next is the reference point. So reference point means you have so what will happen is machine will move all the axes to the home position. Normally we call it as reference return. Next is rapid traverse. If you press this arrow keys are used to move our arrows axis right. If you press this arrow key with this rapid movement, then axis will move very fastly. For example, job speed say 100 m per minute, and if you use rapid traverse, it will be 5000 mm per minute. So this is when you use rapid traverse, make sure that uh, you will be moving the axis to a safe distance. Make sure that it will not collide with your workpiece. And then the next one is the feed stop. This is to stop the feed motion. That is what is called a feed stop. So program will run, press feed stop, then axis movement will stop. And if you want to start feed start, you can press the feed start button. Then go to automatic mode. Go to automatic mode, cycle start. So because instead of the so press button again. So you know that block will So spindle speed correction. So spindle speed correction means in your program you will give a speed, right? So at one particular point you need to increase or decrease the spindle speed. So for that you can use this spindle speed correction. So this spindle stop is to stop the rotation of the spindle. So if there is a feed movement, first we have to stop the feed movement, and after that you can press the spindle stop. To start the spindle again, you need to press the spindle stop. So for example, I will show you. For example, I'm right now cycle start. Okay, so right now I'm going okay. So next is the clamping device. So clamping device is used to hold the workpiece. So if clamping is closed, it will hold workpiece strongly. Clamp open means the workpiece will not hold properly. So the use of this clamping device is to connect a new workpiece, or once the machining is completed, you need to take the workpiece out, right? So in that case, we will be using this clamping device option. Then next is the swing tool drum. This is to rotate the tool magazine. Okay, so if you press this, if you press this, it will move to the next tool position, right? So there are some rules, preconditions to do the tool change. Okay, or change the tool drum. One is machine doors closed. Second one, the mode is in job mode. So first one is door closed, and the next one is the operating mode is job, and key switch in hand position. Key switch in hand position. These are the three preconditions to do the to rotate the tool drum. So what are the conditions to rotate the tool drum? Okay. So one is key switch in the hand position, key switch in the hand position, and then key switch in the hand position. For that, so I will draw. Um, I will select the job amount right. If you need to, for example, you want to offset right now, this is the fixing the. So if you need to open this, the precondition will be the key switch in the hand position. This is the right? Okay. And then the mode, the operating mode will be job. Okay. So the operating mode is job. And the next one is machine door closed. This door will be closed. These are the three conditions. Okay, before rotating the tool drum. Okay, so if you need to rotate the tool drum, then you can press this. Okay. So machine doors closed. The next I'm going to change the key. Okay. So next I'm going to change the key. Next I'm going to change the tool, manual tool change. So again, here also there are some preconditions. One is machine door closed, job operating mode, key switch in hand position. If you need to change the tool change temporarily, so change the override, feed override less than 4%. That means the feed override is more than 4%, then only tool change will happen. So press the reset button to cancel the tool change. Okay, so you can press this button to change the tool. Okay, so these are the three preconditions. So let's see. We will see. Just follow the instructions. Okay? So machine door is closed, right? So make sure that the machine door is closed, right? Make sure that the machine door is closed, right? And then the mode is in job operating mode and the key switching hand position. Okay. Now you can number one is engine, right? So question number one is engine. So sure that, so make sure that you should satisfy the few conditions. So the three conditions will be, three conditions will be machine door closed, the door is closed, right? And the operating mode is in drop mode, and this switch is a hand position. Okay. So then now you can press this. Then what will happen? The tool will go to the current. Next is chip conveyor option. So this is optional, right? So this means during the machining time, metal chips will be forming, right? So the conveyor is to remove the metal chips during the machining. So if you press this button, uh, forward, reverse, okay. So just to press this button, so that button less than 1 second forward, button greater than 1 second reverse. But in this case, uh, there is no, there is no function. Okay, there is no function for this key. This is optional. Then as per the factory setting, after 35 seconds, the chip conveyor will stop. So automatic machine door, this is to open and close the door automatically. Okay, you can see that option in that first stop. But here that function is not available. Okay, this function is to open and close the machine door. Next is coolant. So coolant. So what is coolant? Coolant is, this is a liquid used during the cutting operation. Okay, and this is to this option is to turn on or off the coolant pump. This pipe like icon, this is used to turn on or off the coolant pump. So the advantage of coolant will be to cool the tool because heat is generating, right? So and once the chip is generated with the help of this coolant, the chip will remove easily, and also it will improve the surface finish, and also it will improve the life of the tool. Next is auxiliary off and auxiliary on. AUX. So if you press this auxiliary off, all the auxiliary systems of the machine will off. That means hydraulics, wheel drive, spindle drive, lubrication, coolant, chip conveyor, everything will be off if you press this auxiliary off. Then auxiliary on, in order to activate all the machine auxiliary systems such as hydraulics, speed drive, spindle drive, lubrication, chip conveyor, coolant, you can use this auxiliary on button. You need to press this button around 1 second to activate this function. Then we have different mode. One is called a reference mode. This is to help the machine to identify the machine reference point or home position. Once you turn on the machine, press the reference mode, REF mode. And reference return, machine will be ready. Then we have another mode is called auto mode. Auto mode is automatic mode to execute the program, CNC program. In auto mode, you can select the program, start the program, stop, read override, single block, dry run, etc. Then you have another mode called edit mode. Okay, as per the manual, they are saying that there is no function. Edit mode, there is no function. Yeah, see this one. As per the manual, they are saying for this edit, there is no function. Another mode is called MDA. MDA is called semi-automatic, sorry, manual data automatic. So the operator can directly type a single block and execute that block. Okay, or the operator can write a small program and execute it. For example, G00 to check G00 X50 Y20. Then after that, press the NC start. It will execute this block only. It will be in MDA mode. So machine will execute that command only. This is for quick testing, single movement, tool positioning, etc. Another one is called a job mode. This is to move the machine manually. For example, X plus, X minus, Y plus, Y minus, Z plus, Z minus. This is to set up the workpiece, tool setup, reference return, manual positioning, etc. If you press the button continuously, the axis will move continuously. Then we have incremental movement. Okay, if you press, it will move incrementally. Then we have another option is called hand wheel. So using the hand wheel, we can use the hand wheel using the in the job mode. So for example, this is the- So another mode is called teaching. As per the manual, saying that there is no function. So next we are going to select the operating mode. So we can select the operating mode using soft keys. That means in the screen. For example, which mode you are going to operate: job mode, auto mode, MDA mode, REF mode. So this machine is supporting two types of units. One is metric and the second one is imperial. So metric means millimeter, right? And the imperial system means inch, feet, millimeter, meter. That means metric and also metric, then imperial. So next is INC. INC means incremental feed. So this is the most commonly used function in job mode. So inside the job mode, we will be using this function, incremental feed, INC1. INC1 means it will move 1 micrometer. From INC, that means to align very properly. INC10, 1 plus, it will be 10 micrometer. Then INC 100, this is 100 micrometer. And INC 1000, 1000 micrometer, right? And 10,000, it will be 10,000 micrometer. So this is very commonly used function in job mode. For example, if we have a tool, we have a workpiece like this. Okay, so tool will be come here. Okay, so now the distance is here. So before touching the workpiece, we will use INC 1000. Okay, so that it will come closer. Then finally, we will use INC1 to touch the workpiece properly to the surface, very precisely. Next is called a repose. Repose means repositioning. So this will go to the tool to the previous position safely. For example, you stop the program, okay, and change the tool, okay, then repose. So machine will go to the old contour position. Then next is we have feed override. So feed override. So this is the most frequently using rotary knob in the CNC machine. By using this mode, we can increase the feed rate, increase or decrease the feed rate. So, for example, in the program, your feed is say 200. Okay. So feed 100. If the feed is 100 means it will be exactly 200 millimeter per minute, right? Understand? If I am changing this to 50%, it will be 100 millimeter per minute. Okay, and if I am changing this to say 120%, it will be 240 millimeter per minute. So the adjustment range is from 0 to 120%. So during the rapid traverse, it will not move more than 100%. And also during the thread cutting option, G33, G63, this will not work. Feed override will not work because the thread pitch should be correct. So in that case, read override will not work in thread commands. Then, yeah, this is another button called the emergency stop. Again, this is a very important button. If there is an emergency, if there is an emergency situation, just press this, like a tool crash, workpiece loose, coolant leak, or operator accident. So at that time, you should press this button immediately, emergency switch. So the effect will be, if you press the emergency switch, all drives will stop immediately. This is for that the system will be using a strong braking system to stop everything. Okay, so if there is an emergency, you should press the emergency button. Okay, so how to release the emergency button? Just rotate the button and press reset, auxiliary on, door open, door close, it will be ready. So to continue working, just twist the button, reset, auxiliary on, door open and closed. Now the system is ready to operate. Then we have a key switch. Okay, so this key switch is very important because here in the key switch we have two positions. One is hand position, okay, that is called ready, and the second one is automatic. This one is automatic. Automatic means this is for production. This hand mode is means ready. This is for manual operation. This hand mode is for manual operation, and this mode is for automatic operation. This mode is for automatic operation. So the advantage of this, so for example, the advantage of this is that, okay, if you want to use jog mode, okay, when you are to open the door and move the axis in jog mode, you need to use this key. In normal case, if you open the door, the axis will not move. Okay. But this special operation mode, you can open the door and you can use the jog mode. But as per the manual, they are saying that this mode, the possibility of danger is very high. So the key should be with the authorized person. Once it is completed, it is immediately out the key. So as per the manual, the suggestion is during the setup time also close the door. Close door. So for example, here we have the IMC 1, IMC 10, IMC 100, right? So we will see. Okay. So next I'm going to discuss the multifunction switch for operating modes. This is a control knob to rotate and press. So this one. So this is a control knob so that you can rotate and also you can press. For example, like this. So to close this, okay, now just press, you can close this. So what is the use of this multifunction switch? This is, as I have mentioned, this is a rotary plus push button. This is a rotary plus push button switch. So this is having two operations. One is you can rotate so that you can check the different menus. And the second one is you can select a particular function. You can press it. So you can rotate and also you can press. This will be like the scroll wheel in your mouse. Exactly same. So here we have, say, for example, this one. This one represents the feed override. That means you can increase or decrease the feed rate in your program. Say 50%, 100%, 120%. First, check the trial run, then check the toolpath and also control the machining speed. Say, for example, like this. So what's this? Which one is the feed? Yeah, feed. And second one is spindle override to change the spindle speed. Then number 3 will be modes. Different modes such as Go, Goto, MDA, reference mode. And fourth one will be close. If you need to close the main menu and to go back to the main control screen, just press the close button. And then number 5 represents the settings. It will open the settings such as background brightness, screen lock, display settings, etc. The cursor will shows the exact position, current position of the menu. So how we can use this multifunction button? Just press the button, then it will open the menu, then rotate the switch. You can go through the different menus, press button again so that the selected button will active. So if there is a green check, if there is a green check box, that means that function is active. So for example, this one, say, now you can see there is a green check, right? That means that function is active. That function is active. So if you rotate the switch, the black bar menu will move either left or right. Then settings menu is having uh, four main parts sections such as settings, background settings to adjust the brightness or transparency. Then lock screen to lock the screen. Then to press the close button to close the settings menu. So then we have a hand wheel option, right? We have a hand wheel option. This is to move X, Y, and Z precisely manually. This is a this is an electronic rotary wheel to move the machine axis very precisely. So using your hand, you can move the axis. Mainly, this is used to set the workpiece zero, tool setting, edge finding, alignment, fine positioning, machine setup. So how hand wheel is working? Just to select the hand wheel name, and then after that, select the axis, select the INC mode, and rotate the hand wheel. If you rotate, based on that, your axis will be. So then we have USB connection, USB 2.0. So this is to transfer our data between machine and USB pen drive. So you can copy the CNC program from your PC into USB, and you can transfer that program into the machine. And also you can take a program backup, copy the program from the machine to USB and copy that program into the PC. Also, using this USB, we can install the program, and also we can update the software program to uh, then we have a key switch. So this is as per the manual, this is machine specific. It will change as per the machine model. So position 1 means ready, position 2 setup, position 3 auto. Then we have enable button. So this is a very important safety button. If the door is open, okay, and you need to move the access, you need to press the enable button. Otherwise, it will not move. So you need to move this button. Otherwise, it will not work. Otherwise, it will not. The why enable button is required because right now the door is open, right? Okay, so this is like a safety requirement. So press the enable button, then only the operator can move the access. If you leave the button, the movement will stop immediately. Again, if you need to change the tool, you need to press the enable button. So next system, we will continue with operation.